it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah.
League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay. 2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? White 25. It's 59. Mike the 59. I got you. I got you. Watch 21. Come on. Sunday.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready? Blue lady. Mike 5-4. Wild Bill. Wild Bill. Follow. 54.
Jameis to throw it. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Back to it after the pick 6. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across
the line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
1st down, Buccaneers.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Barber on 1st and 10. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice game.
On second and very short, Winston sliding out of the pocket. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Ready to go.
To throw is Winston. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Wait. 59's mark. Check.
Winston now. Eluding the pressure right. Letting one go. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gun. Switch.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Newton dancing to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by Levante David. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check 59, Mike. 59, Mike to 59. We want this.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Wait. Flip.
3rd and long for Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
What I need? 25, check 25, check 25. Gun. Express! Get some penetration here. 8. Plus 45 the mic.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Buccaneers' 44-yard line.
Ready? What I need? Check 45 the mic. I'm 8. I'm here all day.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Ready? Look at it. Mike 54. Let him know. 20.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Here's Newton. Flush to his right. A second broken tackle. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They find some open field here. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
20. 10. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Bang, 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 bang.
On the ground, McCaffrey. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Go.
Trying to power it in with Arma. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber, 81 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. There's an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check. Great. Press zone. It's free. Shift. Eight.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Mike's 5-4. Oh, you got deep? Mike's 54. No gain on this defense, no gain.
To throw again. Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Newton to throw. Flushed out right. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Back to throw, Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Here we go. 180.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Cut. 20.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Right there. 54, right there. Gun. We own this. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Checking. Crash.
They'll run it now out of the gun as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Panthers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6.
Jim. Go. Gun. 54. Check.
Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his target. That's more. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true WR1 for the Panthers.
They come out here in the eye.
Tackles. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Great. Mike 54.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, watch the leg. Gun. Watch the whip.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And his kick is indeed good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And he's brought down after a very nice game. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Newton. And that is incomplete. Christian McCaffrey, last year's catch leader among running backs, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
That's it. What is it? 8.
Throwing again. Newton. And it's caught. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Chris Hogan, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gerald McCoy, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On second down, Barber. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 31 yards there and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Being chased out left. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Three receivers head out right, one to the left on 2nd and 3.
Let's get the ball. Follow. Mike 5-4.
They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Mario Addison able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 5.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Winston now from the 50. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rashawn Golden. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. He was looking for Matthews that time. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now.
And it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, they're always trying to get him the football.
The 2nd down throw for Winston. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming, baby.
Shotgun handoff to Thompson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
They'll roll him out right. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on 1st down. Thompson, and he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 35 on 2nd down, Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Left side caught by Matthews. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Heavy. 45.
Throwing is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
What's that? 180. You ain't going nowhere. Check. Gun. Check. Hot. 20. 45. 80 weapon. Come on, 45. Bring it. Check the backer.
Now it's Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Yeah. Green, 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. 54. Check right.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Right there.
On 3rd down, Winston. Evans has it left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check.
On 1st down, it's Thompson. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a touchdown.
So get this only back to the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead. All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Guys, game situation. Let's go.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12.
45. Mike, 45. Here we go. 45's the Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back.
Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. McCaffrey. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Panthers, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll drop to 0-2.